Vivek can explain much better than me in terms of orthodoxy, but Starbucks, what was the orthodoxy? The earlier orthodoxy of a cafe shop was you come in and you go fast so that you have more consumers come in. They broke that orthodoxy to say that they wanted people to sit in the cafe for longer, right? So how do you break orthodoxy? So a lot of that is, I would say constraints of how you convert constraints into opportunities. What comes in the way was your question. And really a lot of it is to do with mindset. I think there is a specific mindset, and Partha made it very beautiful in terms of the question that our sons and our youngest employees, can they be reverse mentoring us? Right? Why can't they actually do that? Second is really lack of confidence. Two Indian companies, I mean, I wouldn't say Indian, they're really multinational companies, really, but world-class companies. We have in India lived with constraints far longer than the West has ever lived with. So innovation and ability in our country is far higher. So the reason should not be lack of confidence. We can probably do a lot. I mean, you take our scientists, you take everything else. The third biggest problem, what comes in the way, is fear of failure. There is this big fear of failure. If I do this, what happens? Will I lose my job? What will my seniors think? Whoever think, right? So those are really what comes in the way. And some tips I would say to deal is having a culture of fail fast and learn fast, right? Is it necessary for an auto engineer or a consumer specialist not to understand cloud? What is the necessity? Why shouldn't they understand cloud? I mean, is cloud something only a technical thing? We spoke about most companies that are implementing cloud. If they go in for just the on-prem, off-prem kind of an environment, it's a waste of time. But if they can go to change the business model where they can deliver something contactless, touchless in a very short period of time, why not? I mean, you look at Tesla. Tesla is a classic combination of a software company and an auto company really becoming together. It's really a software, I mean, more than just an auto company, right? So how do you sort of make some of that? Second is, how do you bring in a culture of innovation and culture of fearless? I think that's what leaders really should do. How do they ensure, and these are tough times. These are extraordinarily tough times. Vivek mentioned about it. What kind of legacies did you leave behind? How do you sort of motivate people to do something extraordinary? And I think that is what is really required. And, again, there are a lot of tidbits that came out as well, right? I mean, Mahindra's, for example, saying that how do you bring in innovation during this time? But that is very critical because you have to start looking at that. And third is, of course, incentivizing in a different way. In an extremely different way. Doesn't have to be a monetary award. It could just be gamification. It could just be having fun. But how do you sort of incentivize for people to move ahead, right, and move and try different